Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you my spring foundation routine. So you guys know spring is like right around the corner. It's actually in the next, I think, 2 weeks. And it's already warming up outside here in Georgia. And I am kind of ready for it. And then again, I'm not ready for it. Because when the springtime hits, that means allergy season. And when it's allergy season, I don't even want to go anywhere but just stay at home. Because I am so allergic to pollen. My eyes start to itch, they start to swell up, my whole face starts to itch, my body starts to itch. It's just not cute. So that's the only thing I don't like about the springtime. But as far as the weather, I kind of like it, but then again I kind of don't, because sometimes it can get too hot here in Georgia in the springtime. But yeah. But anyway, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing my step-by-step foundation routine for the springtime. So I already did my winter foundation routine, so now it's time to do my spring foundation routine. And I'm also going to be doing my summer foundation routine as well. So stay tuned for that when the summertime comes. So all of the products that I'm using on my face today for my foundation routine are spring appropriate. They're not too cakey, they're not full coverage, and they are pretty much breathable, because during the springtime it is hot outside and we don't want a face full of foundation and concealer that's just too thick and too full coverage, because you know we want our skin to breathe, but at the same time we still want to wear foundation if you want to wear foundation like me. So the primer I'm using, the foundation I'm using, even the concealer and the setting powder, and also the powder foundation, all of that is spring appropriate for a full face. So if you're interested in seeing my spring foundation routine, let's go ahead and jump right in. All right, so the first thing I do is prep my skin. So I've already prepped my skin before we apply the foundation in today's video. So I am using the Glossier Priming Moisturizer to prime my face and also moisturize it. I just like to reach for a product that has, you know, 2 in 1. So this is a primer and a moisturizer in one. And I really like this stuff. It's very moisturizing on the skin, and it does make the foundation go on so much more smoother. I've actually mentioned this, I think, in a couple of videos in the past where I did like a monthly favorites video. And I've also used this in a couple of tutorials in the past as well. So I just wanted to use this, and this is just one of my favorite primer moisturizers to use during the springtime. And since it is getting a little warm outside, I make sure to prime my T-zone as well, because that's usually where I get the most oily. And I use the Tarte Poreless Mattifying Primer for that. I don't put this all over the face like I do the primer moisturizer. I just pretty much focus this on the areas where I get oily, which is my T-zone. So I just make sure to put this around my smile lines, because this also helps with that. I do have really deep smile lines, and I just want to make sure the foundation does not sink into the smile lines. So I like to use this around that area, and also of course on my T-zone as well. This is very comparable to the Maybelline Baby Smooth, Baby Skin, not Baby Smooth, but the Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. So if you want to have something that's a little bit cheaper than the Tarte primer, definitely try out the Maybelline Baby Skin. And I have 2 other primers that I like to use during the springtime and summertime as well, pretty much all year long. But that is the Too Faced Hangover primer and also the e.l.f. Hydrating Primer. So these 2 I definitely like to use pretty much all year long, not just for the spring and the summertime. So I wanted to mention those really quickly as well. All right, now let's move on to the foundation. For foundation during the springtime, I don't like to wear something that's full coverage, something that's, you know, really light on the skin, lightweight, doesn't feel like it's too cakey or, you know, just too much on the face, since it is a little warm outside and I don't want to have a face full of makeup. But I have been loving the Found Nourishing Liquid Foundation. I did a full review and wear test. I think I did a wear test on that video as well. But I did do a review on this foundation. You can find this in Walmart. But the downside is they don't have a good shade range in this foundation. This is actually the darkest one. This is in the shade 180 Deep. So it's not a good shade range, but the foundation is really good. It's very lightweight on the skin. It's not too thick, but at the same time it does give you a nice coverage. So I've definitely been loving this, and I think this is a perfect foundation for the springtime and also for the summertime as well. So I'm going to be using this in today's video. And I have 2 other foundations too that I want to mention really quickly, which is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation. This is also a good foundation to use if you are, you know, wanting a like a lightweight foundation to wear during the springtime and the summertime. It does give you kind of like a dewy finish. So if you don't like a dewy finish, you will not like this, but this is a really good foundation for the springtime. And also my Bareminerals Fresh Faced Liquid Foundation. I did a full review on this foundation. This is actually one that I pretty much scanned my face using my my cell phone to match, like to get that perfect match for me, and this is the perfect match. So I'll try to leave the video link down below in my description if you guys haven't checked that video out already. So this is another one of those foundations that's very lightweight on the skin, but it also gives you a nice coverage. So perfect for the springtime, perfect for the summertime if you don't want to wear a full coverage foundation. So you can definitely get one of these to match your skin to the T. So all you do is just download the app. I'll actually have the video down below in my description so you guys can see it, to see, you know, get more information about this foundation. But yeah, so these three are really good for the spring and the summertime. But today we're going to be applying the Found Nourishing Liquid Foundation. I also like how it has a pump on it, which is really nice for a drugstore foundation. So I'm just going to put a little bit on the face. Oh, I'm almost out of this. Nothing's coming out. I've been using this like crazy. I may have to open it. Oh, I may have to open it up to get some out, but let's try to get a few pumps out. All right, that's good enough. Alright, so this is what it looks like once I get done blending out the foundation. As you can see, it's not like a super duper full coverage foundation, but it covers just enough. Very lightweight on the skin. It does give me a nice finish. Perfect for the springtime, perfect for the summertime, and also perfect for the wintertime as well. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply some concealer. And the concealer I'm using, where is it? Here it is. The concealer that I used to always use during the spring and the summertime because it was so like thin and lightweight and just perfect for the under eye, which is the Bareminerals Stroke of Light Concealer. And I'm also going to be mixing it in with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. This is the concealer that I just hauled in my recent drugstore haul video. Or was it? It was a haul where I did everything under $15. So I've been mixing these two together for the past couple of days and I like it. I really, really like it. So I'm going to start out with the Bareminerals Stroke of Light. This is in the shade Luminous 4. Now this product only comes in 4 shades. This is the darkest shade, so they don't have a good color range in this, but it definitely works for me. So if you are my skin tone, even a little bit darker or a little bit lighter, if you're lighter, they have one for you. But if you're darker than me, this will also work for you as well, because it does not, like when you blend it in, you don't see so much, like it's not that light once you start blending it in. It kind of sinks into the skin, kind of matches your skin as well. So definitely a good like thin, lightweight concealer to use under the eyes, and it does not crease. So if you don't set it though, it's gonna crease. All right, now going into the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. This is in the shade Tan 45. I'm just going to place a little bit of this under the eyes as well, just to mix these in. This is a little bit thicker than the Bareminerals Stroke of Light. And by the way, the Bareminerals Stroke of Light, this isn't, I'm dropping everything, but this isn't really a concealer. It's really like a under eye brightener, which is kind of the same thing as what a concealer does. So, but I just want to throw that out there real quick. See, it pretty much just sinks into the skin. You can't really see it that much, but it is the perfect like lightweight concealer to use, because you don't want to wear like a full, well, me personally, I don't want to wear like a full coverage concealer when it's hot outside. Just something just really lightweight, really thin, that, you know, that still does the job. I'll take a little bit of this and put it on the center of my nose. I haven't really been concealing like the center of my nose lately, but just for the heck of it, I'll go ahead and put a little bit on there. For the setting powder, I'm going to use one of my favorite lightweight setting powders that is Mattifying, which is the Too Faced Peach Perfect setting powder. I can't get enough of this stuff, you guys. I have been using this like crazy ever since it came out, and it looks really good throughout the day, all day long. It looks so good on the skin. So I just like to set everything with this. I don't bake. I just put a little bit under the eyes just to set that concealer. Alright, so my next step is to set pretty much the perimeter of my face. So pretty much everywhere I did not set with the setting powder. So I just go in with a pressed foundation powder. And with that, I like to take something that's very light, something that's not full coverage. So that is the MAC Mineralized Skinfinish. I'm in the shade Dark Deepest. I like to use this in the springtime and the summertime because it is very, very lightweight. It's not full coverage. It just gives you a nice sheer tint to the face. So I'm always using the MAC Studio Fix. I'm in the shade NW45 in the Studio Fix. This is way, it has more coverage than the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. So today I'm going to be using the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish since we don't want to have, you know, too much of a full coverage on the face. So I'm going to take, I actually want to take this brush right here. This cute little kabuki brush I got from Ulta. This is by Real Techniques. And I'm just going to lightly just tap some of this on the face. So my next step is to bronze up the face or contour. So with this, I'm using my Black Radiance pressed powder. This is in the shade Black Coffee. This is very dark. I think I featured this in my recent video where I did like a full face of drugstore products. But I'm just going to use a little bit of this. I'm going to take my angled contour brush. This is from my brush set. If you guys haven't checked out that, make sure you check it out. So I'm going to take a little bit of this and just kind of chisel out my cheekbones. This is like very, very dark, so I have to be very careful with this. I'm going to take another brush, a clean brush, and kind of blend that out. And just to make everything look more chiseled, I'm going to take a little bit of my setting powder that I used earlier and just kind of draw a light line right here and blend it so it can look more defined. And of course, I like to clean up my brows after I get done with my full face just so they won't look too choppy on the inner corners. So I just kind of blend them out like this. Alright, so that's pretty much all that I do for my spring full face foundation routine, and I kind of do the same thing for the summertime, except for some of the products are a little bit different. So once summertime hits, of course, I'll be coming back to you guys to show you guys a updated foundation routine. But yeah, right now I'm going to go ahead and finish up my makeup as far as the eyeshadow, the lipstick, or the lip gloss. I don't even know what I'm going to be using, but that's going to be in a different video. So this is pretty much my full spring foundation routine, so I'll go ahead and finish up my face really quick and I'll be right back. Alright you guys, so that completes this video. As you can see, my eyeshadow, my lips, my highlight, all of that is done, and I will have a video up on all of this as well, so stay tuned for that. I don't know if that's going to go up before this video or after this video, but you guys will see all the products that I used on my face for this look. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you thumbs it up if you did enjoy it, and let me know what your spring foundation routine is as well. I would love to know, you know, the products that you guys use, the steps that you take in order to achieve a full face that's not too cakey for the springtime. So let me know. I want to hear all of you guys' details, and yeah, I think that is everything I have for this video. Make sure you thumbs it up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.